All right, welcome everyone to our showcase, I suppose, of some of our Minds Alive work. I'm Lori McBride. I taught the course Art Journaling this session, and following which we're going to watch the play presentation by Ms. Bodden. I'm not going to say a whole lot about it. Art Journaling, the video is going to say it all, but it was a wonderful group of kids, and my hope and goal is that they're going to continue to art journal throughout the summer and use these skills that they learned throughout their life, because it was very rewarding, and they did a great job, and you'll get to see that up there. So enjoy.
Art journaling is getting to use all these different tools. You can journal about like a movie that you just saw, or your vacations or travel. Art journaling is expressing your feelings with pictures and words. You can journal about like your feelings and things that you want to remember. You should art journal because you can look back on it in a few years and see what you've done and how you've progressed in your artwork. Art journaling is using different mediums to express yourself. You can journal about history, anything that you think would make happy memories. Art journaling is expressions, feelings, how you're feeling during the day. You can journal about books and like what you've done in life, happy stuff. Art journaling is unique for every person. You can journal about anything that inspires you, like books or animals or what you see in your day. You can use all different kinds of art, and if you can draw or you can paint or do whatever kind of art you like.
You can do journaling whenever and wherever on any surface. You can journal about anything, anywhere, any place.
You can journal about previous journal pages, and you can journal about things that you've done in your life, like trips you've taken, and even bad experiences, but journaling is supposed to be kept positive. Art journaling is using everything to make art.
Art journaling is drawing what inspires you.
You can journal about yourself and how you're feeling and what you like to do right now. In regular journaling, you express yourself in words, and in art journaling, you can express yourself in words and pictures.
Art journaling is pictures with words, or it can just be something creative that you randomly come up with.
Art journaling gives you the freedom and tools to express yourself.
Hi, and welcome to Let the Show Begin, summer session 2 of Minds Alive. I have actually one repeat performer from last session, so parents are going to go, oh, okay, we've seen some of this before. And I have 3 campers who actually are going to perform a second time today, so they have had quite a bit to deal with this last 2 weeks. This is a great group of 12 girls. So they are playing also, they are playing all sorts of awesome and different roles. This show is Frumpled Fairy Tales. I'm Miss Bodden. I want to acknowledge my assistants before we got things underway. I have Sedona Nafee and Caroline Slackett backstage. And I have Spencer Martin and Michael Artsy in the booth. And the students are running the show and performing and amazing. So thank you all for coming. Let the show begin.
Let's get this show started. There was once a miller and his sister who were poor, but he had one beautiful daughter. It happened one day that the miller came to speak with the queen.
We need money. Go talk to the queen. No, we don't need money. Have you seen what I'm wearing? Go. Fine.
And to make himself look more important, he told the queen,
I have a daughter that can spin gold out of straw.
This is an art that pleases me well. If your daughter is as clever as you say, bring her to my castle tomorrow so that I may put her to the proof.
The miller returned home.
Did you bring back money?
Bye.
Come back here.
The next day, he returned to the queen with his daughter. The queen led her to a room that was quite full of straw and sat her by a spinning wheel and spindle.
Now, set to work, and if by early morning you have not spun all this straw into gold, you shall die.
Then she shut the door and left her there all alone.
Hello?
Hello?
Anybody there?
No. And so the poor miller's daughter was left there sitting all alone because nobody was there. She could not think of what to do to save her life. She had no notion of how to spin gold out of straw, and her distress grew so great that she began to weep. Then, all at once, the door opened, and in came a comical little man.
Hello there, miller's daughter girl thing. Nice to see everybody here today. What? Why was the foot smiling?
Why?
Because he was so happy.
Hello, little man who came in after the door all at once opened.
Why are you crying?
Oh, I just spent gold out of straw and I don't understand this business.
What will you give me? What will you give me if I spin it for you?
My necklace.
The little man took the necklace, went to stood at the wheel, and with 3 spins,
Whirl, whirl, whirl.
he had spun all the straw into gold. When he finished, he disappeared,
Goodbye, little man.
and the girl went to sleep. The next day at sunrise, the queen came to the room. When she saw all the gold, she was very happy, for she was a greedy queen. She brought more straw to the miller's daughter for her to spin.
If you value your life, you must spin all this straw into gold.
The queen left. The girl did not know what to do, and so she began to cry. Again, the door opened, and again the comical little man appeared.
I'm back. What's a hamburger's favorite place to dance?
Where is it?
The meatball.
Hello again, little man who came in the open door again.
What will you give me if I spin all the straw into gold for you?
The ring on my finger.
The girl replied. So the little man took the ring, spun the gold,
Whirl, whirl, whirl.
and left. The girl went to sleep. The next morning, the queen came to her. She was very, very happy and very, very pleased, but unfortunately, she was still very, very greedy.
Very, very well done, my dear. This too must be spun in one night, and if you accomplish it, you shall marry my son and become the queen of his heart.
Queen of Hearts, off with your head!
What?
Oh, sorry. Again, the queen left the room, and again the girl cried.
Wah! Wah! Wah!
And again the door opened, and yet again the comical little man came into the room, and again he said,
Ta-da! What does a nut say when he sneezes?
"What does he say?"
Cashew! What will you give me if I spin all this straw into gold for you?
I have nothing left to give. Oh, wait.
And give me the first child you have after you were made queen.
The girl did not know whether that would ever happen, but she did not know what else to do, so she said,
Yes.
and so again the little man spun the straw into gold.
Whirl, whirl, whirl.
Then the comical little man left, and the girl went to sleep. The next morning, the queen returned the next morning, and when she saw all the gold, she immediately arranged for the wedding.
Prince. Boom. You're married.
And so they were married, and the pretty miller's daughter,
You think I'm pretty?
that is the pretty daughter of the miller, not the daughter of the pretty miller. That is, if you see what I mean.
Ha, she wasn't talking to you.
Jeez, don't give me attitude. Anyhow, the girl married the guy, and soon they became queen and king. And so, tune again tomorrow if you too may become queen for a day. Oh, excuse me, I got carried away. As I was saying, the miller's pretty young daughter was married and became queen. In a year's time, she brought forth a fine child into the world, and thought no more of the comical little man.
That who?
The comical little man.
Oh, I don't think about him anymore.
Well, one day when the queen was busy not thinking about the comical little man, he came into the room and said,
Now give me the child that you promised me.
The queen was terrified.
Oh no.
She thought for a second or two. Or maybe 3.
Oh, sorry. I will give you all the riches of the kingdom, including my new colored TV and your pie bubblegum, if you will just leave me the child.
I would rather have the child than all the riches in the world, unless you could make that 2 color TVs.
The queen began to weep because she only had 1 colored TV.
Don't! Hold up! Her first word. I will give you 3 days to try and guess my name. Within those 3 days, if you have not guessed my name, then you must give me the child.
The comical little man went away, and the queen spent the whole night thinking of names. She sent the messenger out into the kingdom.
Messenger! Search far and wide and bring me back a list of all the names of the common folk.
The next day, when the comical little man returned, she tried all the names she could think of.
Casper?
No.
Balthazar?
No.
Irving?
No.
The comical little man went away again, and again the queen spent the whole night thinking of names. The next day came, and with it came the little man.
Are you called Rostrix?
No.
Sheepshanks?
No.
Junior?
And again the man went away. The queen could not sleep that night, and she could think no more names. Finally, as the sun was rising, the messenger returned.
Do you have any new names for me?
None that you have not already tried, Your Majesty. But as I was returning to the castle the other night, I passed through a small section of the woods. There, around a fire, danced comical little men.
Aha! That's his name. Comical little man. First name, comical. Middle name, Little, and last name, Man. Comical little man.
No. Oh, rats. As I was saying, the comical little men danced around a fire and sang, "Oh!"
Come on, Bob, get it through.
You're not called Sam.
No,
Your name's not Joe.
no,
And it certainly isn't Rin Tin Tin.
no way.
So you'll get the child because the queen don't know. The name you're called is Rumpelstiltskin. Did you hear me? Rumpelstiltskin.
The queen was overjoyed. When Oh, sorry.
Well, Mrs. Queen, what is my name?
Are you called Zane?
No,
Harry?
no.
And perhaps your name is Rumpelstiltskin.
The narrator told you that. The narrator told you that.
The little man jumped up and down so hard that he
Goodbye, little man.
and was never seen again. Never seen again.
Hey, haven't you noticed we never got the money that you promised us? Yeah. Did you see what I'm wearing? Exactly. Listen to my sister.
The end.
There once lived a man and his wife who had long wished for a child. Finally, their dream came true. Now, at the back of their house was a little window which overlooked a beautiful garden. This garden was full of the finest vegetables, flowers, and herbs, but there was a high wall around it. No one dared enter the garden because it belonged to this old witch chick named Dame Gothel. Now all the world was afraid of her. Maybe not the whole world. Maybe just the town where she lived. Maybe not the whole town. Would you believe that the man and his pregnant wife were afraid of her? In any case, one day the wife was standing in front of the window and looking into the garden where she saw a beautiful patch of the finest rampion.
Oh, look at that rampion.
It looked so fresh and green that she began to wish for some.
Oh, look at that beautiful rampion.
And soon she longed for it greatly.
Oh, look at that beautiful rampion.
What is the matter, dear wife?
I shall die unless I can have some of the rampion that grows in the garden over yonder.
The husband knew that it was not a particularly smart idea to go into Dame Gothel's garden, but seeing how much his wife wanted this stuff, he said,
Are you sure you don't want some pickles or some ice cream?
Please?
All right, I will get you some rampion.
So in the twilight, the man climbed over the wall into the witch's garden. He quickly plucked a handful of the rampion and then hurried it back to his house. He gave it to his wife, who gobbled it down and said,
I want some more.
All right, I will get you some more.
And so the
Be careful.
And so the husband went back into the garden. But this time, while he was picking the rampion, the witch appeared.
Aha!
Speak up!
Ah!
Look, I know you've been awed by my great beauty. Hey. But cut out the blabbering and tell me why you're here stealing my green glove.
Oh, please be merciful. I was only doing it out of necessity. My wife longed for your rampion, and I feared, if she did not get any, that she would die. And all the stores were closed, and...
You're so cute when you're scared.
Huh?
All right, already. If it is all as you say, you may have as much rampion as you like.
Oh, thank you.
On one condition. The child that is brought into the world must be given to me, and I will care for it like a mother. On the spur of the moment, because he didn't know what else to say, because he was scared stiff, and mostly because he had a very limited vocabulary, he said,
Yes.
the witch let him go. Go! He's so cute! In In time, the baby was born, and the witch claimed it and named it Rapunzel, which is the same as Ramkin, which is the same as green glove. Now, Rapunzel was the most beautiful child in the whole world. Well, maybe not the whole world. Maybe just the town where she lived. Maybe not the whole. Anyway, the kid was cute. When Rapunzel was 12 years old, the witch shut her up in a tower in the midst of the woods. It had neither steps nor door, only a small window above. When the witch wanted to be let in, she would stand below the window and cry,
Not that kind of cry.
Dingbat. Let me rephrase that. When the witch wanted to be let in, she would stand below the window and shout,
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
You see, Rapunzel had the most beautiful hair in the whole... Actually, it's kind of long and stringy and dirty.
Hey, I'm standing right here, you know.
In any case, it was great for climbing. When Rapunzel heard the witch's voice, she would let down her hair and the witch would climb up it. When the witch was done and ready to leave, she would climb back down. This went on for several years, until one day a prince ambled along. Amble.
Who goes there?
Me.
What are you doing? You're coming to visit my beautiful Rapunzel?
Yeah.
Well, this way's crossed off.
Can I go around?
Yes?
As he came near the tower, he heard Rapunzel singing, as she would do to pass the time.
Hark, I hear a voice.
You see, Rapunzel had the most beautiful voice in the whole world. Actually, it was only an adequate voice, but anyhow.
Hark, I hear an adequate voice singing from that tower.
The prince heard a noise. Noise!
Hark, I hear an adequate voice.
It was the witch coming to visit the beautiful, that is, the cute Rapunzel. The prince hid behind a nearby tree and watched as the witch called out,
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
and the prince watched, and as he saw how Rapunzel let down her long tresses and how the witch climbed up it, he thought to himself, "Excuse me, Prince."
Yes?
Could you think to yourself a little louder? We're having trouble hearing you.
Sure.
Thank you.
I was just thinking that if that is a tower, I will climb it and seek my fortune.
And so, after the witch had climbed back down and left, the prince went to the bottom of the tower and called out,
Out!
"Huh?"
Oh yeah, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
And so Rapunzel let down her hair, and the prince climbed up it. When he got inside the tower, Rapunzel was greatly terrified. For she had never seen a man before. But the prince talked kindly to her and said,
I heard you singing, and your adequate voice entered my heart, and I could not have any peace until I saw you. Oh, your kind voices made me forget my terror. Oh, Rapunzel, will you be my bride? Well, I certainly like you more than Mother Gothel, but let's see. How shall I get up? Next time I shall bring a rope ladder and we shall climb down together. Okay. Yay. Oh, goody.
and so the prince climbed back down Rapunzel's hair to the forest below and started away. But Rapunzel called to him,
Prince, here, boy.
"Yes?"
You forgot our touching farewell scene. Oh.
Awkward. The prince left, and the next day the witch returned.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
Now Dame Gothel would never have known about the prince's visit.
If Dum-Dum here hadn't said.
Oh, Mother Gothel, how is it you climb up here so slowly and the prince is with me in a moment?
Oh, wicked child. I thought I had hidden you from the world, but you've betrayed me. So sorry, Chief. Anger seized the witch, and the witch seized Rapunzel and cut off her beautiful, well, her stringy hair.
Hey, I'm standing right here.
And vanished her to a deserted part of the forest. And then the witch waited for the prince. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let your hair hang down. Aha! You have come for your darling, but the sweet bird is no longer in the nest. You mean she flew the coop? Yes, your dear Rapunzel is lost to you. You shall never see her again. Toodaloo! The prince was beside himself with grief. Well, he wasn't beside himself, as that is rather hard to do. Anyway, he was pretty sad, so he leapt from the tower and fell into a thorn bush. Ouch! He escaped with his life, but the thorn bush on which he fell put out his eyes. He wandered blind through the forest for many days, until he stumbled upon the hut where Rapunzel was hidden. He was both clumsy
Hey, watch it.
and lucky. Oh, Prince, it's you! Okay. Hurry, here and I get crying. Whoa, 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 lady. Save your tears for the drought. Did I mention that? Anyway. What do you get when you cross the Atlantic with the Titanic? Anybody? You were... What is that? Anyway, this is a good one. Ready? About halfway. That joke. Anyway, this young lady here decided to waste her tears, even though she would be dying for tears during the drought. So, I'm just gonna go. Boom, you're crying. Goodbye. The tears from Rapunzel's eyes fell into the prince's, and they became clear again. But he was still clumsy. And so, in one way or another, they lived happily ever after. The end. Once upon a time, there was a young maiden who was loved by all who knew her.
All of us who know you love you.
But she was especially dear to her grandmother.
You are especially dear to me.
One day, the grandmother gave her a little red cloak.
Here, child, Oh, thank you. Here, child, who is especially dear to me, I give you this red cloak. Be sure to stay away from bulls.
I love it so much that I will never wear anything else.
Watch it, kid. This is a G-rated show.
And so, she got the name of Little Red Riding Hood. One day, Red's mother said,
Red, take this basket of wine and cake to your grandmother. You remember her. She is the one to whom you are especially dear. She is weak and ill, and these things will do her good. Go quickly before it gets hot. Don't loiter by the way, nor run, or you'll fall and break the bottle and get all sticky. And stay away from wicked animals, comical little men, or witches. And
I will do exactly as you tell me.
be careful. Stay away from District 12.
Don't go near Katniss.
And so, Red went off through the woods and along the path to her grandmother's house. When she got to the woods, she met the woods' worst wicked animal and all-around bad guy, the wolf.
Hey there, chick.
Oh, where's your chick? Obviously, Red was not the smartest little girl, and so she did not know what a wicked animal and all-around bad guy the wolf was.
Good morning, Little Red Riding Hood, who is loved by all that know you. Good morning, Wolf. Whither away so early?
What?
Why are you out so early, bopping through the woods?
Why didn't you say that in the first place? I'm going to my grandmother's house.
Far out, like really far out?
No, she doesn't live that far from here.
Huh?
She only lives a quarter mile down this path.
I got you covered.
Oh dear, did I rip my dress? This stupid little girl will make a tasty morsel, even more delicious than the old grandmother. But if I play it cool and easy, I might just be able to snap up both of them. Say there, Red, baby, what are you carrying in your basket there? Some wine and cake for my grandmother. She is weak and ill, and these things will do her good. But Red, sweetie, you don't have any pretty flowers to brighten up your dear granny's room. That is quite perceptive of you. Why don't you go pick some? Why, there's a whole patch right along that path. But my mother said, don't worry, it's still early. You'll have plenty of time.
And so, little Red went off along the path to pick flowers.
Cool, man, like real cool. What beautiful flowers.
Yeah, I know.
You talk?
Duh. What? Do you know any flowers that don't talk?
I don't know any that do talk.
Where have you been? I've been talking since I was a little sprout. I speak 4 different languages: geranium, Spanish moss, English rose, and hibiscus. My petals are designer.
Ha! That's not impressive. I've been modeling since germination. You've probably seen me at Gardener's Paradise, Home and Garden, and Birds and Blooms. My petals are insured for $1 million.
Yeah, well, who taught you how to model?
You did. And I'm gonna go pick some flowers over there. Awkward.
Meanwhile, the wolf hurried off to Granny's house. He knocked at the door.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
ESP.
ESP who?
Especially dear Little Red Riding Hood, bringing you cake and wine and goodies.
Open the latch. I'm too weak to get up. So the wolf lifted the latch and entered. My goodness, Red. You look worse than I feel. Now, the wolf had not come here to be insulted. So he quickly grabbed up Granny. She was so sick, she couldn't put up much of a struggle. And soon, the wolf had Granny all tied up and stashed in her closet. Then, the wolf walked over to Granny's bed and put Granny's nightcap on his old wicked head and jumped into bed. Just then, Red Riding Hood came up the path to her granny's house, and finding the door open, she entered.
Good morning, grandmother.
Good morning, Red.
I brought you cake, wine, and goodies.
Why, thank you, Red. You are especially dear to me.
Oh, grandmother, what big ears you have.
Picky, picky, picky. I mean, all the better to hear you with, my dear. Come closer.
Oh, grandmother, what big eyes you have.
All the better to see you with, my dear. Come closer.
Oh, grandmother, what big hands you have.
All the better to grab hold of you with, my dear. Get yourself in gear and come over here.
Oh, grandmother, what big teeth you have.
All the better to eat you.
You all right, Granny?
Yeah, just getting some coffee. It says decaf.
Okay. As you know from reading books and watching television, every story that has a heroine in distress has a hero to save her.
Amble, amble, amble.
Wrong hero.
Sorry. Amble, amble.
Definitely the wrong hero. Our hero is a passing woodsman who hears the screams of Red Riding Hood and comes to save her. So let's take it back, please. Okay, that should be good enough. Now, there's one other thing I need to tell you. In books and on television, the hero always wins because the author writes it that way. But in a play, it's different. Our hero will need your help. And the way you do that is by making some special noises. 2, actually. The first one is when the hero is winning. You go like this. Yeah! Yeah! Be louder than that. Yeah! Okay, good. Now, the second noise is one that you make when the wolf is winning. Can you guess what that is? Great, well, I guess we're ready. Let's try again.
Oh, grandmother, what big teeth. What big teeth you have.
Better to eat you with.
My name's not Herbie, but golly, ma'am, it was nothing.
They were all very, very happy. Except for the wolf, of course.
I promise never to wander off the path, never talk to wicked animals, and always listen to what my mother tells me.
Yay.
And so, that brings us to our very
Very
end